Congratulations on the purchase of your Forbes 11 Plus. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up, then pack down the kitchen and run you through the electricals. Setting up the kitchen is a simple process, but you want to get it right. Start off by opening the cabinet, and the first thing you'll notice is there's two locking mechanisms holding the kitchen in place. On this side, we've got a push down tab which actually locks the slide mechanism, and on this side we've got a pad bolt. To release the pad bolt, lift it up and turn it 90 degrees so the blue cap is facing directly out. That'll allow it to sit on top of a small ledge which keeps it up out of the way. Now to open it, we need to press down the blue tab and grab this top handle. Grab the handle that is fastened to the body of the kitchen. And the kitchen will slide out very easily. Now, to support the kitchen, we need to put down the drop-down legs. They're held in place by a spring-loaded pad bolt. To do that, you reach underneath, pull the spring mechanism back and lower it down. Now we can extend the legs. When we lower these, undo the wing nut and the leg will drop down. Now it's a good idea to lift the kitchen and then lock the leg in. That ensures that the weight is actually on the legs. Drop the other side down and tighten it off. The cooktop lid has two built-in wing panels to make it a complete windshield. To bring those out, raise them up, bring them across, and either side of the cooktop is a hole that you can put the pegs on the wings into to secure them. Bring them out, slide them down and pop them in like that. That's now set up. Now we can set up the dish rack. The securing mechanisms for the dish rack are at each bottom corner. They're an over center latch which will connect to these hooks at the bottom once it's raised. Just here we have a little dog leg which holds the rack and stops it from pivoting when you raise it. When we put it up, we'll remove this pin and put it in the other hole to ensure that the rack sits level. So we'll lock the over center latches in. The rack will stay vertical. Remove our dog leg. Straighten the racks up and place it in its other position. The rack's now ready to use. All we have to do is raise our tap. The gas and water lines are stowed in the back of the kitchen. There's a hole to the recess where each is stored. Connecting them up, all the fittings are here at the back. There's a gas bayonet and under the tail lights, the quick connect fittings. I'll show you how they go together. To connect the water, pull the collar back on the female fitting and insert the male fitting in as such. Same again for the top, and that's done. Now connect up the gas. Connect the gas. First remove the black dust cap, give it a twist, and it'll come out. Now we can insert the bayonet. Line up the grooves, push the bayonet in, then turn it to the right. That's now locked in. Ensure that you do this before you turn the gas on. The first step of packing up the kitchen is to disconnect the water and the gas. First of all, turn off your water pump and turn off the gas. With the gas, relieve the pressure through the cooktop to ensure that there's no pressure behind the bayonet when you disconnect it. That'll make it a lot easier. Now, simply pull back the collar on the water fittings and they'll disconnect. With the gas, complete reverse, push the bayonet fitting in, turn it to the left, it's disconnected, and just pop the dust cap back in. To pack up the cooktop, simply lift the wing panels up and slot them in at the back of the cover. Now, close it up, we can pack up the dish rack. Firstly, lower the tap down. Now, we can take our little dog leg fitting out and lock the rack in its upright position. Now it's just a matter of undoing the over center latches at the base on each side. Get them out of the way and we can lower the rack down. All good, ready to slide the kitchen in. Before we can slide the kitchen away, we need to pack up the legs. Undo the wing nuts and slide the leg extensions up out of the way. Now they're locked in, we can raise the legs up and lock them in with the spring-loaded pad bolt. They're secure. Before you slide the kitchen in, make sure your pad bolt's still up out of the way so it doesn't strike the edge of the caravan as the kitchen slides in, and press down the blue tab on the slide and push it away. As we get in, give it a nudge. Make sure it has in fact locked in on the slide locking mechanism. Now we can return our pad bolt. Lift it, turn it 90 degrees and drop it down in place. We can close up the cabinet and the kitchen's packed away, ready to go. The bulk of the electrical controls on your Forbes 11 Plus are here just inside the door on the right hand side. I'll just run you through what all the operations are on this board. All the electrical controls are really easy to use. The main one, this red knob here, is your 12 volt isolation switch. By turning that off, you will cut 12 volt power to all the systems through the caravan. However, your solar panels will still charge the batteries and you'll be able to charge the batteries via the Anderson plug from your vehicle. Above that, we have 12 volt cigarette lighter socket style access here. Next to that, we have our stereo. Then below, we have our main panel. The main panel is made up of a row of resettable circuit breakers. So if a single circuit goes down and you're not getting power to it, this is your first port of call. Below that are the rocker switches to switch on and off each individual circuit. The circuits are labelled across the top, so it's easy to find the correct one. Below that are the water tank level gauges. This caravan has 2 tanks, 1 gauge for each. When switched on at the water pump water gauge switch, they'll activate. Beside that is a secondary isolation switch for the water pump. Next to that, we have our awning control switch, which is in on one side and extend on the other. Beside that, we have our volts and amps gauges. The voltage readout will tell you the condition of the battery, the state of charge, and the amp readout below will tell you how many amps the system is using at any time. It won't, however, tell you how many amps are being put back in through charge. Above that, we have our switches for the step light and an isolation switch for the outside speakers on the stereo system. And of course, above that, we have our double pole 240 outlets for when you're connected to mains power. There you go, folks. That's how you set up, pack down the kitchen on the Forbes 11 Plus and control all the electricals. For more information, go to marketdirect.com.au and check out our other YouTube videos on setting up, packing down and the handover video.